Hello everyone, my name is Edward Benanati. I'm a student here at UTA. I'm in the MSN for Nursing Leadership program, and I'm here today to talk to you about my book review, First In, Last Out. This book was written by a New York City Fire Department Battalion Chief, John Salkala, and along with firefighter Barrett Neville, and introduced by Mr. Dennis Smith. The subtitle of the book is Leadership Lessons from the New York Fire Department. The premise of the book: the chief describes the leadership lessons he's learned in his 20 plus years within the fire department, growing from junior firefighter up to battalion chief, and how it relates to the outside world. He presents his information in a way that no matter what industry or business you're in, you can take lessons that he's learned over the years and apply it to your area of expertise. I selected this book because not only am I a registered nurse, I'm also a police officer and have been involved in the first responder world for almost 30 years as an EMT, paramedic, and firefighter for a couple of years. I agree with a lot of what the chief has to say. In fact, that I don't really disagree with anything in the book and how he relates it to the outside environment outside of the fire department. I think he did a very good job at it. Some of the take-home lessons of this book: leaders must have the understanding of the organization's goals, and they need to take those organization goals and they need to lead their people towards those goals. You cannot lead people in the right direction if you do not know what the organization wants or expects of you. Leaders may be official or unofficial, official being by rank or title, such as charge nurse, director, clinical educator, things of that nature. Unofficial is your staff nurse that just takes it upon themselves to help better the people around them. Maybe they have expertise in a skill or knowledge of EKGs, and during downtime or during appropriate times, they take that time to pass that information on to other staff. That's a sign of an unofficial leader. Integrity is key in leaders. If you don't have integrity, nobody's going to trust you, and you can't lead if nobody trusts you. Leaders fail when they don't face the truth. You have to understand what's going on, and you have to be willing to take the good and the bad. You have to treat your people as assets because ultimately they are the destiny of your organization, success or failure. So you have to treat them as assets. Leadership exists at all levels, from junior people all the way up to senior people, so foster that and develop them. The chief talks about following the smoke. He says you can't get to the seat of a fire without following the smoke to the fire. Well, when he relates that to leadership, you cannot get to the seat of a problem or an issue at hand, whether it's good or bad, without following through the information that's available. Whether somebody sends you an email or report, or whether it's just water cooler talk, you need to listen and follow through with that information in order to get to the seat of the problem. You have to know yourself and know your limitations. Seek out criticism amongst trusted coworkers. And you have to know your people's skill set before you send them to task. They have to understand that you're not going to set them up for failure. Your people know things, so you need to listen to them. The 4 steps to decision making, because ultimately as a leader, the decision rests at your position. You need to observe, see what's going on. You need to orient yourself to the problem. You need to decide what you're going to do, and then you need to act on that decision and follow through. You need to establish expectations amongst your staff. You need to instill optimism. A lot of changes going on in healthcare. You need to keep your staff optimistic and focused on the goals of the organization. You need to place your people in the strengths. Like we said before, don't set them up for failure, set them up for success. Let them do things their way. Just because they might not do it your way doesn't mean it's wrong. Let them do it their way. Give them feedback along the way, good or bad. Remember, if you're going to give them bad information or bad feedback, to do that in private and don't embarrass them in front of the staff. You need to be willing to foster improvement. If there's classes available within your organization or outside your organization that you have the power to send them to, take advantage of that, or at least offer it to them. And be willing to change and grow with the organization. A key piece of leadership is that leadership exists in all levels, and you must foster that, like I said before. That includes people beneath you. You need to help get better. They're not necessarily going to be in competition with you, because your goal as a leader should always be to continue to move up. So if you're moving up, you need to train the person beneath you so that they could be a quality leader when you vacate that position and move on up. And if you continue to do that through all ranks, by the time you get to the top, you'll have a quality group of people beneath you. All in all, I think this book was a very good leadership example. It gave me good insight into how Chief works and some things to look at. And I encourage all of you to take a few minutes or a few days to read this book. It'll be well worth your career advancement. Thank you. Have a great day.